Hello and welcome to the Growing Green podcast. Your host, Jeremiah Jennings, is the owner of Growing Green Landscapes in Birmingham, Alabama, and has a passion for growing the entrepreneurship community for those who are young in business. Being a business owner isn't easy, especially in the early years, and that's why in this show we dive into a wide range of topics covering all the challenges small business owners deal with. Even if your company is generating $1 million or more, the stories from our great guest and Jeremiah's own firsthand experiences will propel your business forward. And now, here's your host, Jeremiah Jennings.
What's going on, everybody? Thank you so much for tuning in to another episode today here on the Growing Green podcast. This is your host, Jeremiah Jennings, and I am super excited to come to you today with another fresh new episode for your Wednesday. And thank you for tuning into the show today. Hope you all are doing fantastic. Wow, what a week. It's been crazy the last couple of weeks, just busy. Holidays, Christmas lights, all the stuff that goes along with all of that. Usually the wintertime you slow down a bunch. We've slowed down some in maintenance and things, but we've stayed pretty busy this year. I'm pretty happy with where we are. So it's been a wild last 3 to 6 months, but we are in a really good place. I believe we have a lot of good things coming up, a lot of ways and areas that we're looking to grow in. And so I'm excited to share those with you as we walk through the podcast here in the next couple of weeks and months ahead, heading into the new year and all of that stuff. It's been wild. Hope you all had a great Christmas. It was fantastic for us. This was Jack. Jack is our 1-year-old son. This was his second Christmas, but the last Christmas he was a puddle of fat. He was a little boy. He was 2 or 3 months at that point, and so he didn't do much. He was still in the eat, sleep, poop stage, and so this year was a little different. He can walk and run, and he's starting to talk a little bit, and so it was awesome getting to see some of his reactions and things. Just getting to provide some of that for him, which is in turn enjoyment for us. So that's awesome to see. It's awesome to be around a lot of friends and family you don't get to see all the time. And so literally family we see only 2 or 3 times a year. We get to see at Christmas time. So love getting to be a part of that and just hang out and network with everybody in our own personal lives here at home. And so we kind of go silent on the interwebs. I feel like over the holidays, everybody's kind of focusing on family. So I miss a lot of you guys. Hadn't talked to a lot of you in a minute, but I hope everyone is doing well for real. It means the world that y'all listen and tune in here to the show and just call. I'm glad to call you friends, and that's really what we're trying to do here. Is if you listen to the show for any length of time, we're just trying to really grow our community one relationship at a time. And so we've built some really good relationships over the past couple years doing the podcast, going to events, and seeing a lot of you guys out there. So thank you for your friendship and support. The messages that we got saying Merry Christmas and all of that has been fantastic. It's been so cool getting to see how our community comes together. And like I said, everybody I feel like kind of goes quiet, but we've had a few reach out and just say Merry Christmas, and everyone, we are very appreciative for that. But I don't expect that ever. We got some Christmas cards. I never expect that. Thank you all. We didn't even send Christmas cards this year, so if you got one last year but you didn't get one this year, it's not personal. We just didn't send them out this year. So maybe that is something that we'll do in years ahead. But it's been awesome. It's been a blast. It's been a blast the last couple of weeks just getting to see a network. So hope everyone is doing fantastic again. And with all of that being said, what are we going to get into today? I want to kind of roll solo today and talk about a few end-of-year things that you should be doing in your business to just get planned ahead for 2024 or whatever year it is you're listening. This is being recorded the end of December, so it's going to be relevant for pretty much any year in the future. At the end of the year, if you're planning for a new year ahead, then this show should be relevant because we're going to talk about a lot of fun things and not fun things as well today. So a couple things I just want to run through. Not any points in any significant or special order, but just some things that I have written down that I want to kind of hit on and make sure that you all are taking action and looking at these things. I myself am working through these right now in our business, so that's why I say, I understand everything that I preach or talk about here on the show is stuff that we're going through for the most part. So I'm never going to be that guy that talks about something that I don't know anything about. And if I give advice on something it's that I don't know anything about, it's because that advice has been given to me from someone that has gone through it and someone that I respect very, very deeply and highly. So but even then, I try to stay away from giving advice about things that I've not personally done or been around, I will refer you to that person who has been through it and lets you hear their take on it. I'll relay that information, but I try to stick to things here that I can add value to, and so I hope that you all realize that. And we're not out to get you. We're not out to just take your money and run. We're here to just build relationships and build a community. So that's what we're going to do tonight. Is just kind of, or today, whenever it is you're listening. We're recording this at nighttime, but whenever it is you're listening. So couple end of year things. You got some top level things, some top just kind of key points is just your financial review and your planning for the year ahead. Financial review is the time to, if you're doing it. So if you're listening to this live, this is going to come out December the 27th. We have 4 days left of 2023, and so pretty much that's going to be again relevant for any year. If you're listening on December the 27th, you're going to have 4 days left of the year. So. What is that? Is that right? 27, 28, 29, 30, 31. Yeah. Oh, that's 5 days. If you're listening on the 27th. So 5 days left for the year. So you're kind of running up against crunch time here, but financial review, that begins with you sitting down and working through your QuickBooks account or whatever accounting software that you use. Maybe it is still pen and paper for you. I do not recommend that way, but if you're still operating that way, I just say, hey, get a CRM as soon as you can. Get some type of software as soon as you can, some type of budgeting software, and at least help you build a budget and get some of that in place just to keep up with transactions, because this stuff gets dicey, and the tax man, the IRS, is not somebody that I want to play with. And so I'm just never going to take that risk of messing with them. So financial review is you want to just go through everything, run through your QuickBooks accounts, make sure all of your assets and your liabilities are taken care of. If you have purchased assets for this year, make sure they're entered into your QuickBooks. Make sure that the evaluations on everything is right, that you've calculated the proper depreciation. And these are all things that seek your own advice on it, on your bookkeeping, your accounting, your tax, you're getting your taxes filed, all that stuff. Seek your own advice. I'm just telling you what we're doing, and actually I'm doing some of this, but a lot of this our bookkeepers do and take care of. Megan and Joey with the landscaping bookkeeper. This is like this time of year is when you get like the most value out of them, because they go through and get everything finalized for you. They get everything cleaned up. And there's not much to be cleaned up, truthfully, because they bring so much value throughout the year that there's not much to do at the end of the year. And so that is one beautiful thing about them, is you get monthly meetings throughout the year, and so you keep up on some of this stuff. But anything that gets missed, they're going to come back and tidy up before the end of the year and get it in place and get everything prepared for your taxes to be filed and sent over to your accountant. Or sent over to your accountant and then to be filed. But go through there, get all that stuff in order. And if you don't know how to do it, reach out to Megan and Joey, schedule a call, tell them that we sent you, and I think it'll save you some money there. So it is worth it. It is a very, very, very well worth investment. So get your finances in order. Meet with your accountant. Even if you have someone else do the bookkeeping, go sit down with them and just let them kind of run through everything. Kind of tell them what you did this year, what you bought. Take a P&L to them. Let them log in. They can most of the time log in on QuickBooks Online and look at all that stuff. Look at reports and tell you what you need, what you don't need, how much you're estimating going to be paying this year. And if you need a piece of equipment and it's going to benefit you tax wise, then you might go buy a piece of equipment. But you never buy a piece of equipment just for a tax write-off. Buy something that is going to actually help you and benefit you and your company, in my personal opinion.
The Lawntrepreneur Academy is your online destination for learning how to grow a successful lawn and landscaping company.
Hi, this is Scott from New Jersey. I just want to say that Brian puts out some great content. Definitely has helped me grow my lawn and landscape business. Just finished my 4th or 5th coaching call with Brian, and every time I get off a call, I'm definitely ready to go out there and crush it. I also just recently purchased the whole ball of wax from Lawntrepreneur Academy. Loving all the content. Brian's definitely out there looking out for our best interest and trying to help us grow a bigger and better business.
The link is in the show description. Make your business as successful as possible with training and resources from the Lawntrepreneur Academy.
Employee performance reviews. If you have a big if you have a big company with a bunch of employees, I would imagine this is a good time of year to do this stuff. Kind of walk through the last year of what they did, how they acted, how they performed, and look for the year and look to the year ahead. This is something that hopefully I can speak more on next year. We're going to hopefully bring on a couple more team members this year, hopefully get at least one leadership position filled to where I'm not in the field near as much or at all mowing. And I can't wait to share all this with you because we've walked through the whole journey the last year of kind of my in and out of the field mowing, the employee struggles that we've had, the hire, the fire, the turnover, all of that stuff. It's all very well documented on the podcast. If you've missed it and you're new to the show, or maybe you're not new to the show, but you just didn't listen to those episodes, go back to the episodes throughout the summer. We talked through all of this stuff, specific jobs we were on, things that happened, specific incidents. And so those are all things that I feel like you can learn from. And that's why we share them here on the show, is because I learned from them. And so I hope that you can learn from those as well, maybe avoid some of the mistakes that we made. But we're going to go into 24 with a pretty strict hiring plan in place. We're going to have some really good systems for hiring, and these are all things we're working through right now with our business coach. And so it's cool to see some of these things coming to fruition. We're getting closer and closer to hiring for the spring and trying to get work booked up for that. So that's fun, but it's all kind of stressful. Everybody knows how it goes this time of year. Just trying to cash flow things, make sure everything is afloat, and then you get ready for the spring as well, preparing for those spring bills, those material bills, all that stuff. So we'll talk more and more about that as spring gets closer, but just some year-end things. Like I said, you may want to do some employee reviews, things like that. I know we're going to talk to our guy that stayed with us this long to kind of talk about some things that we need to change for the upcoming year. Obviously praise him for how he acted this year and some things that he did well this year. So those are things that we're going to be doing, even with just one or two employees on a smaller level. Customer engagement. This is actually a really good one that I wrote down here. You don't want to let your customers get disengaged in these 3 months that you're off. And so for some people it's more, some people it's less. For us, it's about 2 months, really. It really, honestly, truly about a month and a half that they don't see us. Now, there's some customers that we don't do anything. We'll stop October the 31st. We'll start back up March 1st. So they have November, December, January, February. There's 4 months off. There's a handful of our customers like that. That is not the majority. Those are pretty much our cookie cutter neighborhoods, no trees in the neighborhood. The grass goes dormant end of October. We do all that. And so that's kind of where we're at there with those customers. But like I said, that's not the majority of our customers. So the majority we are actually still on. We're still doing maintenance. Pretty much anybody that has trees, we're still doing maintenance because our leaves take so long to fall. Our leaves are just now totally down in the majority of the places. We still have places that they're not all down, like in my house. My trees still have leaves hanging on. We have some certain species of oaks around here that hold on for a long time. And so we'll be doing continuing maintenance at those customers, but even then, they don't really see us much. We're in and out in no time. And so the one thing to consider is make sure you're staying in communication with your customers because there's a couple reasons. One of them is like you never know how much work you're leaving on the table for the winter time. They might actually want you to do things, but they don't know that you do them. So whether that be Christmas lights, obviously we're past that for this year, but going into next year, it could be Christmas lights, it could be mulch, pine straw, whatever that is for you, whatever landscape you use, plantings, whatever it is, anything around their house that you might be able to offer them, let them know. And that is just, you could just send a simple email saying, hey, we're done at your property for the year, but with lawn maintenance, if there's anything else we can do extra, please let us know. We'd be happy to help. And so that's just a way of communication to stay in touch. And maybe do that once every month for 3 months. Just send them out a letter, an email, let them know. Send them a Merry Christmas email and let them know if there's anything that they would like to have done for the upcoming year, to go ahead and get that on the schedule. So just stay in constant communication with your customers, because in doing that, it's going to further your relationship with them, in the sense of when March rolls around and you send out price increase letters, they're going to realize that you stayed in touch and you cared about them, and they didn't just forget about the grass guy. And I've seen it. We've all seen it. Like, I've seen on my customers' phones, or they've texted my number to someone, and I've seen that somehow. But there's some of our customers that when I first started, it was the grass guy. That was the name of that was our contact in their phone. And how can you become not the grass guy in their contact. And that's one thing to take into consideration is in having this communication. Like, let them get to know you, and then when you send your price increase letters, they're not just going to be like, oh, I'm not paying $70 to have my grass cut when I could get a cut for $67. Like, let them know the value you bring. If you're constantly communicating with them, letting them know what's going on, what the plan is for the upcoming months, and I think something we're going to try to do is even send out monthly newsletters throughout this coming year. I mean, it's 12 newsletters, guys. Like, it's not hard, and I'm preaching to myself. It's not hard to do. It just takes an hour a month, at the most an hour, like 20 to 30 minutes, really. With ChatGPT nowadays, just literally say, type up. Create a template to send to an email list to send to my customers, telling them that we have aerations coming up and dethatchings and whatever else spring service you want to offer. Make it sound professional, send it to them, tell them they can reach out if they want to book it. You can do all of that. You can type that in there. It'll give it back to you. And you can send that to your customers in a bulk email in 20 or 30 minutes. And there's just not how much work you could win off of that. But even if you don't win work, you're communicating. And we talk about this on our Marriage Monday shows, but in marriage in general and relationships, communication is key. If you're trying to build a relationship with your customer and a relationship between a customer and your company, then communication is key. So let them know what's happening. If you're a weed control and fertilization company, let them know what services you're offering in the next treatment. That would be 7 to 8 emails a year. Like, it's not hard, guys. And this is, again, preaching to me. It's not hard, Jeremiah. Do this. So hold me accountable. Make sure I start sending out emails to my customers. And so, that's just one thing, is like, stay engaged with the customers as best you can, because you also, in communication with them, can be asking them for reviews. And so people are a lot more likely to leave you a review when you stay in touch with them, when you build that relationship, that rapport, than if you email them in March with a price increase letter and a review for service of last year. Like, don't do that. And so in your months off, reach out to them personally and ask them to write you a well-worded review. And you can also give customer feedback forms and see if there's anything that you could do better as a company. How can you up their service? How can you improve it? Because that's something that I'm looking at is like, yeah, I want to ask customers for reviews, but then there's also some customers that I know that we probably didn't do the best we could at their properties this past year. And so I know that we need to make those better coming up. And how can we do that? And so it's going to be something that we work through, and it's not going to be easy for sure. Just kind of like maintaining quality control and things, but I know that we can. And so this starts with just this simple thing of customer communication. And I think that it could change a lot in your business if you do it correctly and do it promptly this time of year. So stay on top of that. Ask for reviews, because if you go into spring with a bunch of reviews that are already docked up in your profile, that's going to be nice. The SEO is going to like that. Search engines are going to like that. If you go in there into spring and you have 15 new ones, you might get flagged for that, so just be careful. Try to get those in slowly but surely. Do 5 or 10 emails a week trying to get reviews. If you get 4 of them a week and you do that for 5 weeks, you get 20 new reviews, then that's pretty good return there. So if you can go into spring with 25, 30, 40 reviews on your page, you're probably doing better than most of the people in your area. Just do that stuff, and you're going to come out in a pretty good spot come springtime. And so I think that's a lot of the things that are kind of just top of level things you can be doing. There's a lot of stuff, guys, that you're doing to stay busy. I know a lot of guys are cleaning trucks and things like that, just to keep guys busy, keep hours in, and trying to stay somewhat productive. Just remember that when the new year starts, don't get left behind. But also don't make crazy goals that you're not going to be able to attain. You need to be setting SMART goals for the upcoming year. And you've probably heard that acronym, but SMART goals are specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, and time-bound. So make sure you're doing that kind of stuff as you're in the next week here of finishing up goals and planning for the next year. Make those goals SMART goals. And in doing that, make sure you can attain those in years to come and even in 2024. So it's one of those things that you don't want to get caught behind the 8 ball. You don't want to get to spring and be like, man, where am I even going this year? What's our plan? Try to get a lot of that stuff done now. And that's not to say that you have to do it this week, but January 1st, that the whole goal setting thing is something I talked about on our show a couple weeks ago on Marriage Monday. Is like, why wait until January 1 to start doing something you should be doing in your everyday life anyway? Like, you don't have to wait to do that. You can do that. You can start that now. And so if you have stuff that you know you should be doing, then start it now. But you need to also make sure that when you do set goals and plan to start on January 1, don't get left behind. And so try to do everything you can to get those started and make those the most beneficial that you can to your business and help you become more profitable in years to come. And also just have a better team around you. Surround yourself with a good team. It's not easy. It takes work, but it's doable. There are plenty of companies out there that do it. Sometimes I tell myself that, like, man, this is hard. This sucks. It's doable. Go ahead and start putting your marketing plans and strategies in place for the upcoming year as well. That's something that you don't want to go into without a plan. And it's hard. Sometimes marketing is a crazy thing because you don't want to spend all of your time figuring that out. But at the same time, there's times in business where you do have to figure out what works for you. You can't just go hire somebody to do it all. And so I'm a big fan of outsourcing as soon as you can justify it. But you need, and here's the caveat to that is, if it's not getting done at all because you don't have the time to do it, then maybe you can't afford not to outsource it. You know what I mean? But if you have the time and you know you can do it, you're just not making the time to do it, then you should probably start some type of marketing plan and get that working and get the ball rolling, because that's something that you got to have in place going into the spring rush, because everyone's going to start searching. You need to be seen. You need to figure out how you want to be seen. And so just make sure you're putting those plans in place and figuring that out. Get with a good local marketing advertising company in your area if you want to outsource it. If you're going to do it yourself, hey, YouTube University, guys. If you got the time to do it, if you're waiting on snow to fall and you have nothing else to do, hop on there, watch 6 or 8 hours of YouTube, and you could probably figure out how to do it the most. And so that's what I've heard before is, like, you can figure out how to do a lot of things if you just invested 12 to 24 hours of true time figuring out how to do something. You could probably be pretty dang good at it. It's just figuring out the time to actually do it and then taking action on it. So those are a lot of the top level things, guys. It's nothing crazy. This show wasn't anything in depth. It's kind of just hey, make sure you got all your ducks in a row and got everything lined up for the end of the year. Get with your accountant, get with the bookkeeper, get all those things finished up. Your estimated tax payments, your accountant should be able to help you with that as well. But make sure you got everything paid that you should have paid. I think that last payment is due middle of January. I think maybe January 15th. Don't quote me on that at all. But if you are making estimated taxes, I think that is when that is due. So just make sure you're getting kept up to date on all those things. And that needs to be, if it's not yourself, you don't know how to do it, that needs to be from a good team around you, which is why, like I said, you surround yourself with a great team in a bookkeeper, an accountant, maybe an advisor, some type like that. Just somebody, a mentor, somebody you can go have lunch with and say, hey, how do I do this? What do I do? What are some things that you've done in your businesses? People that have done business for a long time, they know how to do all this stuff. So that's what I got for you today, guys. It's nothing crazy, nothing wild. I'm just sitting here processing as myself. Like, if you think I'm kind of zoned out on these shows, I'm not. I'm just, when I start talking about this stuff, I think about all the things that we need to do and the areas that we need to grow in and how we have to start doing some of this ourselves. And so that's what I'm thinking about when I walk through these. And so we're going to do all this all together. I am a big fan of community-led growth and figuring this stuff out as we go. I have everything that I've learned on my own. I've taught myself, or I've gained from you guys out there in the industry, other people that I've just taken in from the internet. So it's I'm a big fan of it. I'm a big believer that this is very, very beneficial. And I hope that you all do as well. Getting around like-minded people it's going to take you to far, far places if you actually use it and take action in your company. Don't set goals and not take action. That's the thing. If you're going to set goals and you're going to put marketing plans in place and you're going to plan to hire people and you put plans and systems and process and you say you're going to do all this stuff, take action in 2024. Don't sit around for another year and look back and say, where did my time and money go in 2024? Because in 12 months, we're going to be having the same exact podcast, probably going to drop on a Friday or maybe a Wednesday, but it'll be the next year's a leap year. I don't know how the dates change, but it'll be a day before or a day after or whatever, just talking about end of your stuff And if you're sitting here in a year in review, where are you at? Then you want to be in a different place than you are now. So keep all that in mind, guys. I hope you're doing great. Maybe you took the week off this week and you're listening to this in the new year because now you're back to work. Well, there's a lot of stuff you can still do even though it is the new year. So just take action on this, and I think you're going to see a big change in your business in the next coming year ahead. Can't wait to go along with everybody. If you are listening live, we have a roundtable coming up December the 28th. So tomorrow at 6:30 p.m. Eastern, 6:30 p.m. Central Time, forgive me, 7:30 Eastern, and 5:30 Mountain, 4:30 Pacific. We already have somebody on the Pacific signed up, so that's awesome to hear. But I know we have when this show goes live, I think we have 3 spots left. So go grab those, and we're going to have an awesome roundtable discussion, just talking about, again, goal setting, growth plans for the upcoming year. Getting on here with 5 guys, 6 including myself. And it's a very tight-knit environment. It's 90 minutes. We can dive into anything you want to dive into. We can go deep. That's why I keep it small groups. And everything we say in there is confidential. So I am excited to get in there and really hammer it out with 5 of you guys and plan for the year ahead. And I learned a lot from it as well. So I can't wait to do that and just see you all, or see 5 of you on Thursday evening. So, guys, that's December the 28th. If you want to go check it out, check the link in my bio on Instagram, and you can go to it from there, or you can go to, I think it's Growing Green Landscapes stand store or something like that. But we'll put a link in the show notes to get you there, to grab a spot in that roundtable if you are interested. So, without any further ado, guys, thank you for tuning in. But that's going to wrap this one up, and we look forward to catching up with everybody here on the next one.
Are you feeling stuck in the slow lane of business growth, wondering how to assemble a dream team that propels your business forward? Or perhaps putting in the hustle but not seeing the financial results that you crave? We get it. But guess what? We've got the game-changing event you've been waiting for. Get ready for the LCR Summit, your ultimate experience to get answers and take action. Join industry titans Keith Kalfas, John Pajak, Marvin Salcido, Paul Jameson, Mr. Producer, and Jeremy Vest in dynamic workshops on marketing, team building, and company culture. Budgets, break-evens, and bottom lines, podcasting, and YouTube content creation designed to kick your business into high gear. Picture this: 2 days of hands-on interactive sessions in the heart of Atlanta, Georgia at the Creators Clubhouse on January 19th and 20th. Limited seats ensure an engaging experience, so you're not just attending, you're participating, collaborating, and transforming. Oh, and did we mention a special bonus? Brace yourselves for Jonathan Potoshnik, the lawn care millionaire, delivering a keynote that's worth the price of admission alone. LCR Summit event host Naylor Taliaferro says, "I wish this event existed when I started my business. It's a unique opportunity to connect with industry leaders and invest in the future growth of your business." Click the link in the episode description or head straight to lcrsummit.com to snag your seat before they sell out. And by the way, tickets are fully refundable because, hey, we get it. Business emergencies happen, and when there's snow, you gotta go. So invest in your future, worry-free. Here's to the clear skies and bright future of your business. We'll see you January 19th through the 20th at the LCR Summit, lcrsummit.com. Thanks for tuning in to the Growing Green podcast. It is an honor to have you listening, and we hope you receive valuable advice to help take your business to the next level. Don't forget to follow the podcast so you'll be notified when our next episode drops.